Hello friends and welcome to my new channel What I Know. I'm Nanjavya from India, but a couple of months ago I moved to Zambia for my further studies. After making a set of documentaries about my experience to California in a student exchange and my life in Zambia, I thought of making blogs on various different topics going on in our day-to-day lives. And this one is my life's first blog. The first question in my head, what should be the topic of the blog? Then I thought about why should I Google up something and talk about it? Instead, just talk about something which is going on in my life right now. After thinking of a bunch of topics, I decided to talk about teenagers versus parents today. This might be a sensitive topic to be talked, isn't it? I've lived in America, India, and Zambia for a while, and I know that the mindsets of the parents and the teenagers in different countries are different. So this talk might or might not relate to you depending on your situation and the country which you live. But at the end of the day, I bet parents and teenagers are teenagers, so this might help you somehow. Okay, coming back to the topic. Who are teenagers? Teenagers are the children between the age of 13 to 19, just because their age numbers end with a teen at the end. Today's world is modernizing at a much faster rate than before, so there is a small and quick generation gap between the parents and the teenagers. What I mean is that even if there's a 30 years gap between you and your father, there could be great differences in the thinkings of both of you. This is unlike the olden times where the parents quite easily communicated their social and religious life with their children, and the children very fruitfully lived such a life. A question might rise in your head. Why am I talking this stuff and who am I to tell the parents who are watching this video what should they do with their children? What I thought about before making this video was that there's always a bit of awkwardness or weirdness between parents and their children to talk about some stuff. It does happen with me a lot of times, but my best friend is a really cool one. We can talk about anything, anywhere, anytime. Wondering why am I talking about my best friend? Dude, I'm talking about my father. He is my best friend. Okay, that was my first advice of the video. Parents, don't treat your children as your children. Take care of them as your children, but treat them as your best friend. Years ago, Newton said that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So true it is. Parents, if you treat your children as your friend, they will in turn treat you as a friend. If you make them feel comfortable with you, they'll talk about everything with you, which can reduce a bit of worry and tension for your children. Point 2. Give your children some leeway and independency. Teenagers are like hot chocolate in a bowl, waiting to mold up their lives and careers. But for that, they need to get out of the bowl. What I mean is that make them experience the outer world. Leave them out for camps, trips alone without their parents, and let them take their own decisions about small things like making their own food or washing clothes and etc. Let me explain you by giving my example. My younger sister, when she was around 10 or 11 years of age, my parents left her for going to field trips and camps outside our state, away from us for the whole month without a cell phone, without a camera, anything. Imagine, just at the age of 10 or 11. Right now, she's 13 and she travels internationally, alone, totally alone. I mean, these things might sound very common or small, but they're not. This matters a lot. It helps the child to get more independent and learn life skills at outside the box, outside the home, which you can't teach her or him at home. Point number 3. This is in collaboration with point number 2. It says, don't underestimate your own child. Like, I've seen a bunch of my friends who are really capable or want to go out without their parents outside somewhere and get independent. But their parents are really conservative. They're like, my child is really small. He can't take care of himself. He can't wash his clothes. He can't make his food. He can't go for a camp alone. What happens if he just falls off a cliff? No, he's grown up now. Get him out of in the outer world. Mothers, you're the one who pampers him when a child cries. But, my dear, just think about What if he's grown an adult and then he cries for his career? Will you be the one who cries for him? Will you help him at that time? Will you pamper him at that time? No. So this is the right time. Just leave him free. Just let them free. Let them live their life the way they want. They want to build their careers, stuff. At the end of the day, you can just wait, watch, and see and guide them. But you don't want to be the one who would lead them, right? Just let them lead their own selves. Let them become a leader. Point number 4. Most of the parents are worried about their children going into the vicious circle of indecent activities such as tobacco and alcohol. Some parents feel awkward in asking their children about such stuff. I'll give you the easiest hint to answer your question. Does my child smoke or drink alcohol? That's the question. Okay. As I said before, teenagers are like hot chocolate waiting to be molded. And for this topic, maybe fathers, you are the molds. Like, teenagers like, do, and want to live the life which they see at their home. Fathers, if you smoke in front of them, they would learn smoking. If you drink alcohol, they would be eager to drink alcohol. And at a stage when you realize that they have started doing such stuff, I I think you can't be the one who can stop them because that's the way they have molded up their lives and you're the one who has molded them. So the best thing is that just get aware and I bet you understand what I mean. Point number 5. It says don't interrogate but act interested. It has something to do with the best friend goals thing. Like talk to them about how was your day, how was their day. Ask them what did they do in school, did they make any new friends, and did they learn anything new. It helps you to know your child better. There could be some times when they would feel a bit nervous for sharing something with you, but please don't be the one who forced them to ask that. Instead, just be polite and tell them that you're always there to help them and share any problem whenever they feel comfortable. For example, one day I came home with a broken nose and a black eye. My mother won't care about much. She would be just dressing up me and stuff. But my father, he will ask me, were you playing or did you fall down the stairs? But I would feel a bit nervous about that to answer that question. Because actually what had happened that I was fighting with a guy. How can I say that? So that's the situation where fathers have to act. Just calm down, just come and tell me what happened whenever you feel comfortable instead of lying. And you, my friends, the teenagers, don't lie, please. Talking to your children doesn't only help in short terms, but it also has some long-term effects. Like if your children gets some low grades in a test or exams, then and you scold them for getting low grades and you were not even aware about what's going on in school or you never asked them what are they learning. So what would be their first reaction? Like, Father, you didn't even care about what I was learning. Am I understanding anything or am I knowing anything? I just directly got low grades and you're blaming me for that. Don't you have any responsibility for me? But just think about it like you were not even aware of what he or she was doing. So how can you blame them? Yeah. But if you talk to them every day and like not even every day, if you talk to them weekly about what's going on in school and just keep yourself updated, then after that, if they get low grades, you can scold them. You have all the right to scold them. Point number 6. Let kids feel guilty themselves. A person learns from making mistakes, so do you and I know. Like punishing them, scolding them, or the latest one, taking off their mobile phones. Like, how do you think it can help if a child makes a mistake or gets low grades? Frankly, parent, it doesn't work out well. Because in the teenage, we have a lot of things and a lot of new differences to think about. And instead, like, if you take off our mobile phones or scold us, our minds would be distracted and we would start thinking about why would you scold us like this and why did my parents take off my mobile phones, how will I talk to my girlfriend now? And instead of thinking of the mistakes and bringing a solution to that or like how to correct the mistake and think about the problems, we would start thinking about these things. Even if something goes wrong, you'll always be there to help them. So let them feel guilty at their own. Let them realize their mistakes. Like if your child is getting low grades continuously, then instead of taking off their mobile phones, just think of it and search what is exactly the problem. Might be that he's not understanding the way the teacher is teaching the subject or a particular chapter. Just work upon it that way instead of just brainwashing him and taking off his mobile phone, because mobile phones really mean a lot to a teenagers. Like, they won't worry if you don't give them food for a couple of days, but if you take their mobile phones, they would be really angry. Yeah. Point number 7 for the parents: don't ask your children to make a role model. Instead, just be a role model. Point number 8, and the last one for the day, the most exciting one for the teenagers and also for the parents. Some parents are really cool about this topic, like my parents. The topic is about girlfriends and boyfriends. Should a teenager have a girlfriend or a boyfriend? My personal opinion is, parents, if your child has a girlfriend or boyfriend, why do you want to scold them or get angry? Just be happy that yes, he's a big man now. He's matured, he's grown up. This topic can have great differences in the mindsets of the parents depending on the religions, the countries, and the way they want their child to grow up. A personal advice on this topic: parents, if you are really cool about this topic, I bet your children will be really close to you and talk about everything with you. Like, for example, my parents, they are really cool about this thing. In fact, my mom also tells me that she wants me to get a girlfriend with blue eyes. Like, just be cool about it. Just talk to them. This is the only topic which can bring both of you close. I know my friends in America or Africa might be thinking that why am I talking about this stuff? But you might not be knowing that the Indian community where I have grown up, it's a really might be a narrow-minded one. So this topic must be talked upon. Okay guys, here we come to the end of my life's first blog. I regret to the parents who think that I am pretty small to talk about such things or anything else. But by making this video, I just wanted to make you aware about how does a teenager think, because there will definitely be a generation gap and a difference in the thinkings of both of you. So like it's pretty important for you to know that how it thinks, and I understand that it's really difficult for you to ask them about some of the topics and all. So I hope it helps you. But my friends, the teenagers right there sitting and seeing my video, this video was just from the point of view of the parents and advices for the parents. I'll soon make a video for the teenagers as well. Parents, if you feel that there's a problem with your children or there's a situation arisen between both of you and you're not able to talk to them frankly and ask them some questions, just feel free to tell me. Just catch me on Facebook or by the name Nand Javia, or just email me. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if you are one of my friends' parents, then just feel comfortable to talk to me. I'll help you to my best. I know all my friends really well, and it might be a secret if you want to. If you like my blog, just give it a thumbs up and leave your feedback in the comments section below. Your comments mean a lot to me because it's my life's first blog. And share this video to as many parents as possible if you think that it helped you. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more such blogs coming soon. Thank you and have a nice day.